Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. Welcome to the forum session about healthy eating among dyslexic children. My name is Nurazani binti Wazuki and I'll be serving as your moderator for today's session. You will be hearing an explanation from our invited panel about to share this special topic. But before we start it, let me inform to you that this forum session will help in support for World Dyslexia Awareness Month. But for the first thing, let me introduce to you our invited panel. The first panel is Miss Siti Nurul Amanina, a nutritionist from UNISA. And the second panel is Dr. Asma Aziz, a pediatrician from UKM. And the third panel is Miss Nurul Tasnim binti Muawiyah, a speaker from Association of Malaysian Dyslexia and Autism. With our session, first, the International Dyslexia Association said that dyslexia condition is a learning disorder that affects people's ability to read, write, and spell. When most people think of dyslexia, they think of seeing things such as letters and words as backwards. As an example, dyslexia people will see letters B as letters D and vice versa. But the truth is, the dyslexia people see things as everyone else does. Then, the dyslexia condition is caused by a phonological processing problem. That is means the people that affected by dyslexia condition will have problem with saying language but with manipulating it. In Malaysia, in 2020, there are 500,000 cases of dyslexia people, and it might affect up to 1 in 5% with dyslexia, and it might occur in continuum. One person might have mild dyslexia while the other person might have profound case of it. The effect of dyslexia can vary from person to person, and this condition can lead to a various numbers of problems such as trouble learning and social problems such as low self-esteem of the person. There are three main types of dyslexia: primary, secondary, and trauma. The first one is the primary dyslexia, which means is the common types of dyslexia, and it doesn't change within age. It means it's a lifelong condition. The next one is a secondary dyslexia, known as developmental dyslexia. It occurs during problems in brain formation during pregnancy, and it will diminish as the child will matures. And the third one is trauma that occurs because of brain injury. Dyslexic symptoms may be displayed at any years of age, but normally it will present at in children age. And these symptoms may include learning new words slowly, late in speaking, and finding rhyming is challenging to them. On top of all, today's topic is about healthy eating for these children, and these children can benefit massively from the right nutrition that they can get. Now, moving on with the session, let's welcome Miss Siti Nur Amanina, a nutritionist from UNISA, to explain more about healthy eating style for this kid.
Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. My name is Siti Nur Amanina, one of the panels for today's forum about dyslexia. Hope you guys have a nice day. Since our Miss Moderator had mentioned about dyslexia, I will share with you about healthy eating. What does it mean by healthy eating? Does anybody know about the concept? Okay, let me share with you. A healthy eating plan is a plan that provides your body with the nutrition required on a daily basis while also allowing you to stick to your calorie goal for weight loss. A healthy eating plan includes 4 main components which emphasize the vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and fat-free or low-fat dairy products, including lean meats, poultry, beans, egg, fish, and nuts. Limit saturated and trans fat, sodium, and added sugars, and last is control portion size. Now, what does it mean by healthy eating with dyslexic children? As everyone is aware of the dyslexic condition, you must know that dyslexics must concentrate more than non-dyslexic to process the same amount of information, and a fit and healthy person can concentrate better than an unfit one. This is because a fit and healthy brain and body work are better and more efficient than an unhealthy brain and body. Based on the American Dyslexia Association (ADA), if your child has been diagnosed with dyslexia, he or she is likely to also have the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, aka ADHD. almost half of all children with dyslexia also have ADHD. Researchers have discovered similar links between the two disorders and noting that certain foods may trigger symptoms of both. Some of these foods may exacerbate the symptoms of ADHD and dyslexia. When a child shows signs of dyslexia, a pediatrician or nutritionist may recommend that the child's diet be changed. For example, eliminating or reducing the number of refined sugars in a dyslexic child's diet may be a good idea. Furthermore, the dyslexic child should abstain from all caffeinated beverages, including cola and iced tea. Eliminating the chocolate and chocolate drinks may also be beneficial to a dyslexic child. All of these have stimulating effects on the brain, which may make it more difficult for the children with dyslexia to process their thoughts. Thus, it is important to note that a child's diet should not be drastically altered or changed without first consulting with his or her pediatrician. The child's doctor may suggest a diet change, but he may also emphasize other lifestyle changes. It is all for the session for me. I would like to pass to the Miss Moderator.
Thank you, Ms. Amanina, for the detailed explanation. Now I would like to invite Dr. Asma Aziz, a pediatrician from UKM, to explain more detail about the effects of nutrient deficiency among the dyslexia children.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to thank the moderator for giving me a chance to talk. So today I'll be proceeding to what are the nutrients needed for dyslexic children and what are the effects of this nutrient deficiency. So what are dyslexic children again? The dyslexic children are the children who has difficulty in reading and writing. So what are the nutrients needed for these children? They are unsaturated fatty acids such as omega-3 or omega-6. Fun facts, arachidonic acid AA or docosahexaenoic acid or DHA are playing major role in formation of brain and eyes, because these fatty acids forms 20% of dry weight of brain and 30% of retina. So for unsaturated fatty acid, there are two types. Those are essential fatty acid and non-essential fatty acid. Essential fatty acid are fatty acid that we need to consume or we need to get from external sources, because our body cannot synthesize or cannot simply create these fatty acids. So what are the example of these fatty acids? Those are linoleic acid from omega-6 series and alpha linolenic acid from omega-3 series. So where to get these fatty acids? Those can be from fatty seafood sources such as fatty fishes and algae. The example of fatty fishes are tuna, salmon, or herring, mackerel. Also, you can search on Google for that. But if it's so hard to get these foods, you can always get supplement that's available from wide range of pharmacy. So I will proceed to the non-essential fatty acid. Non-essential fatty acid are fatty acid that we don't need to consume or get from external sources, because our body can synthesize or create it by its own. So non-essential fatty acid are also known as highly unsaturated fatty acid that has a very long chain, and this non-essential fatty acid is actually made from fatty acid from essential fatty acid. But consumption of unsaturated fatty acid alone is not enough to overcome dyslexia, because there are factors that affect absorption of essential fatty acid, or there are also factors that affect synthesis of non-essential fatty acid. Factors that can affect absorption of essential fatty acids is that overconsumption of saturated fatty acids such as animal fat or trans fat. So dyslexic children show control their consumption of saturated fat. Another factor is that micronutrient deficiency, especially zinc. Factors that can affect synthesis of non-essential fatty acids are the presence of asthma or eczema. So children with these diseases can have more problem in synthesizing non-essential fatty acids. Another factor is stress because hormones that synthesis from stress can disturb the synthesizing of non-essential fatty acids. So, what are the effects of deficiency of unsaturated fatty acid? One of the effect is that problem in formation of brain and eye, because as I mentioned before, unsaturated fatty acid play a major role in formation of brain and eye. Another factor is that dyslexic children will continue to have problems in reading and writing because not lack of treatment. Another effect is clinical symptoms such as dryness or roughness of skin and hair. So in conclusion, dyslexic children need to take a lot of unsaturated fatty acids such as omega-3 or omega-6. Also reduce consumption of saturated fatty acids such as animal fat, and the effect of unsaturated fatty acid deficiency are problem in formation of brain and eye, problem in reading and writing, and the clinical symptoms such as dryness or roughness of hair and skin. So I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Asma Aziz, for your detailed explanation on effects of nutrient deficiency among the children. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Tasneem, a speaker from Malaysian Dyslexia and Autism Association, to give talks about how to achieve healthy eating style for the children with dyslexia.
Hi everyone, my name is Nurul Tasnim binti Muawiyah. I am the members of Dyslexic and Autism Association Malaysia. Today I'm going to talk about suitable diet for dyslexia children and also the step to give them the food. Okay, first, suitable diet for dyslexia children. Like Prof. Asma said, adequate intake of essential fatty acid and vitamin D is very important for dyslexia children. Both of these nutrients help them to increase the physical development of children. There are also certain food they need to avoid. The food that contain chemical ingredients such as preservative, additive and also coloring. This kind of food can make them hyperactive. And also they need to consume the food that free gluten. The food that free gluten can help them to increase their memory and also understanding in their learning. Okay, next, there are several steps to give the food to dyslexia children. First, make sure the atmosphere are calm and quiet. Second, tell them their meal time, such as during lunch time. You must tell them that it's time to eat, so they can recognize that during lunch time they must eat. Okay, third, make sure they sit in the comfort place. 4. Share the positive feeling to them. For example, you must smile to them and also praise them. And next, use suitable spoon and fork to them. And lastly, keep hot food is hot and cold food is cold. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tasneem, on your sharing on how to achieve a healthy eating style for the dyslexia kids. Alhamdulillah, we have reached the end of our today's session. All of the panel have shared with us their informative sharing on this dyslexia children. And I hope that this today's sharing session will give you benefit And thank you for you guys who will lend your ears and eyes to join with our program. And last but not least, we greatly appreciate the time that spent with the panels to join us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum everyone.